songs, but the boats are cute. It's not working. Sorry, I was trying to get it to sit upright while I sat right next to it and played a song, but it's not sitting up. Okay. Oh well, I hope you can hear it, but I'm in Saugatuck. There you go. This bench smells like those wax things that you can get at the zoo that are shaped like animals. Not gonna stay. Maybe if I balance it on something. That boat? Yes. Okay. There we go. I don't know if you got to see the chain ferry. Ah! I got my keys. Yeah. Saugatuck is incredibly cute. I was just rambling on my voice memos about identity and my perceptions of identity related to place, because only last weekend, or maybe a little before, I wanted to move here. And this is why I believe that I'm wired as a dreamer, because when you dream through something, you think through all the things in advance, because you can't actually think through problems in advance. You almost have to feel them in advance. And I realized when I got home that night, I was like, dang it, Grand Haven, I love you. And it frustrated me, but it was like coming to the neighborhood I live in, which is just a very, very middle class, if not even lower middle class neighborhood, but still very accessible to the downtown. I realized, you know, dang it, there's a comfort to Grand Haven that I don't feel in Saugatuck, because Saugatuck, if I had to describe places, I was describing it in my voice memo, but like Grand Haven does a better job, I think, than Saugatuck of being different levels of wealth inclusive. So Grand Haven has, you know, there are some, there's just all different levels of wealth in Grand Haven. It's not just middle class and upper middle class, and I would say that Saugatuck, being a little smaller and more progressive and more of an arts community, which is obviously what I'm drawn to, all of those things, super progressive, like especially on LGBTQIA rights, like way more so than Grand Haven. So I was very drawn to it, and then reflecting on this topic of just sort of like the order and the neatness of wealth, and how wealth creates a vibe that I also don't feel comfortable in, and that there is like a kind of grungy, hippie, hipster, but without trying, kind of just like people who live their whole lives in Grand Haven as a lower class. I hate that term. Once you don't say lower middle class, like once you just say lower class, then you realize how disgusting those terms are. But you know, there's that in Grand Haven, and it feels comfortable. It feels accessible. It feels like there are many different levels of wealth accessibility there. So then the thing I struggle with there is just not as much inclusion multiculturally, race-wise, and also sexual identity. And those are important topics to me after living in cities for over a decade. Like 12 years total, I just can't get rid of that feeling that it feels wrong to live in a place that is not progressive on those topics. So I thought Saugatuck might be the solution, but it's also very small, and I don't like the oppressiveness of everything being expensive. That bothers me. So I love you, Saugatuck, but probably not moving to you either. All right, onward on my day. I'm gonna go on a bike ride in South Haven, and there's a bike trail that goes between South Haven and Kalamazoo, which is 34 miles long. I'm not gonna do all of it, but I'm gonna go to a little of it, starting and ending in South Haven, because that is a town that feels very dreamy to me in a very strange way. And it straddles the Black River, and it's right on the water, and it holds some strange spiritual hippie feeling meanings for me. And yeah, just trying to explore my area since I'm too poor to take real vacations, and also we're in the midst of a global pandemic and a lot of people aren't acting like it, and I had my mask on up until just a little bit ago, but trying to stay at least 6 feet away from people. Yeah, that is my YouTube video. Bye!